pulled up the floor to investigate stringers to see how far up they're rotted. Like this one was rotted just to pieces and nothing. The floor is solid here. I don't see any specific rot. It's obviously wet, but not rotted. I don't know what kind of wood this is. It kind of has a reddish color to it. It looks like it's pretty decent wood. If anybody can tell specifically what kind of wood that is, that'd be great. But here's my summation of what I think happened. You've got these cavities here in the foam, which it looks like somebody used like the expanding foam cans to refill this instead of the pour type, because the pour type seems to fill in a very even fashion, not in these bubblish things. So what's happening is you can see the water is leaking right through the staples here. And I'm really curious if staples are something that is installed by a manufacturer or not. But then you can see, like right here, you can see right here where they use to spray the foam in. I didn't punch that hole out because I haven't seen it, but you can see it from the inside. Watch my finger. I can push it right through that hole. There's a pencil. Boom. So there's where my water's coming in. I mean, that's no doubt about that. The water's coming in through there. And then it's sitting on top of this foam, like you see right here. And then it's leaking into the stringers, seeping down, and then getting stuck in the stringers and rotting them to pieces. That's my summation of what's happening. Other observations is I cut it back a little bit so I could see to the top of the tank. You can see that the screws right here for some type of tank mount is loose. Again, right here, they're loose, pulled out, loose, I don't know which. But the wood towards the front seems to be solid. Seems to be good. There's some moisture here. If I go sideways, I can get it between the plies, but if I push on top, it seems to be solid. There's fiberglass over here. There's not as much fiberglass here. I'm curious why there's so much here and not so much here. I feel like that should be fiberglass. I mean, that right there is bare wood. There's no fiberglass on top of that. Should that be that way? All right, lots of questions for you guys to answer. But you see these gigantic cavities here that are causing the water to sit right below the floor. But you know, just on the other side of this cavity, see right there, that's our tunnel where, you know, the ski locker and the tank and where drainage goes back. So if there was some type of drainage here, if there's some kind of drainage here that would let it off into the ski locker, what would be so bad about that? Just question for you. Because even if water comes back through here, let's just say the boat, this is all foam. Water would have a place to go, but it's not really going to come back and stay. And it would provide some air into this space to dry out, which it does not currently have. So this is the questions that I'm asking. Based on what you see, I don't feel like I need to replace this. I don't feel like I need to replace this. I have got a plan for this. I'm going to try to dry it out and then pour wood hardener in it. I don't know if you guys have ever used wood hardener, but that does exactly what it's saying that it'll do. I'm going to take the foam out and I'm going to drill into the bottom of these stringers so the water will drain out. Then I'm going to push air down through here to dry them out and then pour wood hardener on top of it until wood hardener comes out the bottom, which I know that it'll be all the way through it. Back here, these rotten stringers that are in the back, I'm just going to, what I'm going to do with those is I'm just going to remove those, obviously, and replace them. And then do further exploratory surgery. But here you can see, like, the wood is wet, but it's solid. So I feel like I caught it in time. It's not like this wood, which I've removed, and you can see the wood is so non-existent. The board here, which I think has been replaced, is not rotted. But I don't know that it's been replaced. But I'm imagining it has. Maybe somebody with some experience can tell me. Anyway, I think that's enough babbling for now. I'm going to stop here since I've reached 1, 2, 3 stringers that aren't absolutely rotted, I'm not going to go any further forward. I feel like I have done enough investigative procedures to know that the ones forward of here should not be, and there's not very many in front of this anyway, but that I can replace this back section of floor. Sorry, my big legs are in the way. This back section of floor and these stringers in the back, and then do some further investigation on the transom, and I should have a pretty sturdy boat after I put it all back together. Tell me what your thoughts are. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Remember, I'm a boat newbie, so any information you got will be helpful. Even if it's bad information, I can just filter that out.